afternoon. It's been an exciting 20-plus hours here at St. Thomas Sports Park and for the Tennessee Titans. We talked about last night adding two explosive playmakers to our football team. Couldn't be more excited to have Corey Davis and Adoree Jackson as part of the Titans family. So without further ado, we'll open up the questions for Corey and Adoree.
Has a ring to it, Corey and Adoree.
It does. It does.
How well did you guys get acquainted on a plane ride?
Really well acquainted. Talked to Adoree a little bit, knew a little bit about him before. Great competitor, great guy, great family, great foundation, and I'm looking forward to playing with him.
When did you guys first meet each other?
Combine?
Yeah, we first met each other at the combine. We actually followed each other on Twitter.
Right.
So before we actually met each other, because I was seeing the stuff he was tweeting was pretty funny. So he was going back and forth, just tweeting and stuff, and I actually finally got to meet him. But like you said, that's a genuine guy, probably because he's from Illinois as well. That's a good guy to be around.
What about the first time you realized you were teammates?
I realized it once when I got picked and I walked through the tunnel. I seen him standing there, and we took like a picture. I think it's on the website or Instagram or Twitter. So that's the first time I knew we were going to be teammates, and shook hands. He congratulated me. I congratulated him actually once he got picked, because I was going to the bathroom when he got picked, the fifth pick. And I go out, congratulate him. And next thing you know, when I got picked and came through, he was there congratulating me, so it was pretty cool.
Corey, tell us about how you're able to use your size to your advantage, how you were in college and how you'll be able to maintain that against bigger competition.
Right. In any way possible, honestly. I plan on putting a little bit more weight on, and just to use that in my advantage in any way that I can, play inside, outside. Whatever the team needs me to do, I'm going to do that to the best of my ability.
Where do you picture yourself playing at? Have they talked to Mike? Have you talked to him?
Wherever they need me.
Yeah, we're going to talk after. Wherever we're going to start him outside, like I said.
I mean, weight-wise.
Oh, that'll be determined, yeah.
How much might you think you help the team from a speed and playmaking standpoint on both sides?
Well, I think obviously it's going to have an impact for us. Adding speed, adding guys that can score with it in all three phases, actually, is a plus for us. So nothing negative about what we acquired last night.
Adoree, I read about you outrunning a train when you were an 8-year-old. I'm imagining you would maintain the speed and increase the judgment?
Yeah, I got some of that speed still, and the judgment still wise from when I was 8 years old. It's either get in trouble and don't go home. So that was a smart decision then, and I think I still make those smart decisions now.
What'd your folks say when they learned that story?
I'm 21 now, so he just found out. They didn't say much because they just said they didn't know about that. But that's the only thing he said when my dad found out.
Did you get home in time, though?
Oh, I'm here now. So I'm over here, so I got home on time.
How much did running track in college help you be able to become a better athlete and stay on top of that speed?
I think just by doing a long jump, able to high point the ball, not just going off 2 feet when you see DBs when they jump off 2 feet and another receiver who's taller than them is able to get the advantage. So being able to jump off one and be explosive off one leg and high point the ball helped me out a lot. So just the explosiveness in track and just having speed, it helped me out a lot.
Corey, you going to be able to high point the ball against him?
We're going to see. He's a tough competitor, great DB, but we're going to see. Sure.
How much fun is it if it's both there, you guys will be able to compete against one another in practice, make each other better here for years to come?
It's going to be great because the conference that we're in and the type of big receiver. So for me to go against him every day in practice is going to help me out. And, like the saying, they say iron sharpens iron. So it's just going to be great for us to get to battle against each other. That's a great competitor, a great receiver, not only size, he has speed, has quickness, and great hands. So when you have that combination, it makes everything else around you easy.
Corey, have you met Marcus yet?
I have not. We've been texting back and forth briefly, just trying to catch up and trying to pick each other's brain. But I haven't met him yet, but I will soon. That's for sure.
What do you say in the text?
Just pretty much congratulating me and welcoming me to the family and everything.
You hear from anybody on the defensive side, Adoree?
Actually, I reached out to Coach Deshay and asked him can he send me all the DB's numbers. And this morning, I texted everybody just to introduce myself formally and tell them that I'm ready to learn from him and work. So I just wanted to reach out before they actually formally met me. So I just wanted to set that standard or that tone so they know that I'm not here with the big head just because I came in the first round, and I want to learn from them and get ready to work.
You hear back from a lot of those guys? I imagine they're impressed by you.
Yeah, everybody texted me back. So it was like more of a form. I was calling them all by their last name because I didn't know how to act, so I didn't want to call them by first name or no nickname. And so everybody was saying, well, you can just call me this and that. Then, a couple of LOLs in the text message, so which is pretty cool. So I think it's going to be a great relationship with those guys.
Coach, how do you expect the addition of Corey to the offense, changes the way that defenses are going to have to play it?
Well, I think, especially with our run game, it'll be a little more difficult to concentrate and get an extra body down in there in the box. You may have to pay more attention outside to our guys with the addition.
John, what separated these two from everybody else in the decision making?
Once we got to know them, I mean, I think you can probably tell in 10 minutes here, they're both very personable guys. They're easy to talk to. The team first mentality was easy to pick up in both of them. And they were both confident, competitive football players with obviously a skill set that allowed both to perform at a high level. So, we didn't find many negatives in either one of these guys, and we thought that both of these guys would have an impact on our football team.
Mike, I know there's a lot to determine, but could you see a scenario where Adoree and Logan are matched up based on the type of receivers you're seeing from opponents?
We do.
In terms of speed
We
and
do.
time?
Yeah, that was part of the evaluation process. We do see that.
How much of a challenge is that if you're asking guys to put around, or how much does?
I don't think it will be. I think Coach LeBeau and our staff does a good job of making sure they're fair matchups, and that's what we put all that time in during the week. Make sure we got the right guys on the right guys.
And they should both be able to play left, right, slot.
Yes.
As needed.
Yeah.
Corey, I know you decided to return to school for your senior season. You could have come out. Why did you make that decision, and what did you do in order to, improve, add muscle, have the incredible season that you did have last year?
Well, mainly it was just, for me working, closer to my degree. And, like you said, just working on my size, speed. And one of the big things that, I wanted to work on was just that 50-50 ball and, the contested balls, because I know that's going to be, huge in this league. So that's something that I definitely worked on, and I will continue to work on. So.
How did you do that?
Just with a lot of ball drills. Me, Coach Fleck, and Coach Simon did a, various amount of ball drills, a lot of resistance. I would always squeeze rice just to work on my hand strength and everything. But, we did a lot.
Adoree, you go wear 25, the same number as another former Trojan here, Lindell White. You heard from him, and what do you say to that?
Yeah, I texted him as soon as I figured out what number I was getting, and he was just congratulating me, said how proud he was of me, and he was like, well, I wore that number, so you got to turn up. So I texted him back, said, all right, I got you.
Adoree, do you expect to do all the different things you did in college, return, cover, do some wide receiver work? What's your expectations coming in and being professional?
My expectations just coming in and just focus on little details. Got drafted as a cornerback to make sure I focus on being a great cornerback and developing and just polishing up everything that I need to polish up on. Working on technique, fundamental. I always say that you can win or lose the snap, win or lose the play before the snap of the ball. So just make sure I know everything that's going on. So I'm focusing on that, and then if the coaches want to move me around, they go return or they go play receiver, and then I'm all for it. But I want to make sure what they put me here to do is what I'm doing good at.
Corey, yesterday, John talked about how you had one scholarship coming out of high school, really felt like you needed to prove yourself. How did that shape you in the way that you kind of, had your career progress over the last 4 years? Is that something that you think of?
Yeah. As of right now, no, though. That's all in the past. But that definitely put, something in me, put a chip on my shoulder, just to go out and, I guess, prove a lot of people wrong. Because, a lot of teams, a lot of coaches didn't believe in me, so I had a lot to prove, even more more so now I got a lot to prove. I got to prove these guys right, and you know, just do whatever they need me to do.
Adoree, how did you learn how to high point the ball so well? How much of it's instinctive? How much of it is the work that you've done?
I think I have an older brother, an older sister, so 7 years apart and 14, so I've always played with them. So just competing, I think that's what helped me out a lot, just being competitive and not playing with kids my age. And I think just that itself. And I was always acrobatic, so I would always try to dunk the ball when I was a little kid on a Fisher-Price goal, or put the goal up high enough when I was outside to try to dunk the ball. So I just think those little things translated into being able to high point the ball and getting up high.